It's your boy Steez, man. This is my straight to the point dead of the night Easter egg in 2024. Let's get it. Now, as far as the class setup goes, I just use the only perks that literally matter in this game. So we got Quick Revive for that faster regen speed, Stamina Up just to move a little bit faster with the clunky mechanics, Dying Wish is like an extra like Quick Revive if you end up going down, and then Winter's Well just slows down zombies that's trying to touch you or you get trapped. Now elixirs, I just use the default ones just to show y'all that this can be done without using all the crazy elixirs. So if you do use those, you just got even more of an advantage. When it comes to the like special weapons, I recommend the chakras and the scepter of raw. The hammer is also cool, but the chakras and the scepter really is gonna make this Easter egg way much easier than what it is. Now, starting off, you just want to stay in the starting room. Go ahead, let all the zombies spawn in. You just want to stab all of them until you get to the last one. You should have about 1250 points. Go ahead, open up all the doors. It doesn't matter what side you're on, and we're gonna go ahead and grab that Sentinel Artifact to open up all the rest of the map, baby. Now we got hella buildables to build, starting with the shield, of course. So starting from spawn, you want to run around here to the east balcony where you can find your first part right here. You want to run around to this side where you can find one on this column just right here. And if you don't find it right here, run around all the way to the west balcony where you can see the last part right here, which it is in my game. The next part is in the library area. As you can see, as soon as you come into the library, you can find one of your spawns right here on this bookshelf. The next one is directly to your right side, right here sitting on this chair. And if it's not right there, you just want to run up these stairs and it'll be sitting right here on this table just here as it is in my game. For the last one, looking at the library through the main hall, we want to run into the dining room hallway where we can find our first part sitting on this chair right here. If it's not right there, run into the dining room and you can find one sitting right here on this shelf as you see in my game. And the last one is sitting right here by these doors on the side of this little mini column right here. Run up to the right side of the grand staircase through the main hall, and to the top inside the smoking room you can find the crafting table that you need to build yourself the ballistic shield, and that is the first buildable down. We got hella buildables to build in this game, so the next one is silver bullets. Starting in the main hall, you can find your first part to the candle right here on this ledge just here. If you don't find it here, go into the room with the Daniel perk and it'll be sitting right here on this table in the entrance hall. And if it's not there, run over to the billets room where you can find it right here underneath this table sitting where this white stuff is on the floor. The second piece can be found down in the wine cellar. If you make your way right here on this table, you can find it laying just right here. If it's not there, look behind you. Underneath this candle, it'll be sitting right here on this wall. And if it's not there, swing around to the opposite side and you can find a place sitting right here as you see in my game. The last part can spawn on either side of the hallway. Starting with the west hallway, it can be found laying right here on the ground underneath this small table in this corner. If it's not right here, go inside the dining room and you can find it laying on this small table here. And if it's not there, it could be on the bigger dining room table as you can see in my game, just sitting right here. Now we need to make our way back down to the wine cellar, where straight to our left, straight down the stairs, we can find the crafting table that we can go ahead and melt the silver we need for the silver bullets. And now we can get the rest of the parts we need to actually make the silver bullets. So starting in the greenhouse, we need to find some sulfur. It could be laying on this table. If it's not here, right to your left side, it could be on this table. And if it's not right here, walk around to the back and it could be sitting here on this table as you see in my game. The next part is outside in the cemetery where we need to find some vampire So behind this tree, we can find the first piece to the vampire You feel me? If it's not right there, you want to swing around down these stairs by the mausoleum. It could be right here on the ground. And if it's not right there, just come around straight around this corner. It'll be sitting right here as you can see this little spot on the ground. And that's the last part, the vampire The third and final piece being charcoal can be found underneath this fireplace inside of the main hall. If it's not there, you want to make your way inside of the billiards room where you can find it right outside the fireplace right here. And if it's not there, you want to go inside of the master bedroom. And the charcoal will be sitting right outside of this to the left side. As you can see me shoot right here. Now we need to go into the library where we can now craft ourselves the silver bullets. We need this for the werewolf when we go to open Pack-a-Punch. But first, to actually get Pack-a-Punch, we have to find these 3 vases we need around the map to fill with zombie souls. Now, inside the wine cellar, you can find 2 locations here. You'll know where it's at because you'll see the like smoke color coming outside of the vase. The next one is inside the study area or the library area. You got one upstairs. If you go downstairs, you'll find another vase sitting right here by the statue, and the other one is to the other side right here as you can see in my game. Now the last one is going to be inside of the master bedroom where we just came from. So one is going to be right here outside of it. The other one is literally right next to this bed, and the other one is to your right side sitting right here on this table where these chairs are falling around on the floor. Once found, we just need to use a full round to fill them up with zombie souls until they glow like so. It only takes about 3 or 4 souls, but once they do glow, we can now go over to these stones and look inside of them, and it will show us the challenge we need to open up Pack-a-Punch. Now, we can see this baby doll. This baby doll can be found inside of the Daniel Perk room right here on this table, as you can see right here. Another thing you can end up seeing is like a scroll. This scroll can be found on top of the study area right here outside of this little chest box. You could also end up finding different things like this noose that you can find inside of the wine cellar, and there's also a lot of like paintings that can be found around the map, like this lady right here to my left in the blue dress. There's another painting with this lady right here. There's another painting with this lady right here in the red dress. This lady right here with the scratch marks over her. I believe everything else is just all paintings, so just look around in the top floor immediate area just for other paintings. But once you do find it, you just want to go over to the item that you did get, and the ghost will spawn out of it. You just want to follow this ghost around the map. If she does go through things like you seen me do, just follow her as closely as possible, and when that is done, she will end up disappearing and she will drop the first tuning fork we need to end up opening up Pack-a-Punch. Now moving on to the next one, we can look inside of the next stone and we can see something that could be a clock. You can do these in any order. I'm just showing you the order in which they happen in my game. So with these clocks that you can see, I will find you all 3 spawns around the map. It could be one right here inside of the main hall. Another one could be inside of the dining room area right to the left side just here. And the last one could be inside of the billiards room. It's a small tiny clock, so you'll know the difference between them. But when you walk up to them, you'll see whole X on the specific clock that you need, something to spawn on the floor. And now what we have to do is kill blue-eyed zombies around while staying inside of this circle. It only takes about 30 seconds or so. Once this is done, the clock will give you your second tuning fork that we need for Pack-a-Punch. And now we can go to the third stone, start the third challenge that will show you a perk. Now every time I play, it's always 2 different locations where this perk could be. One is going to be in the greenhouse area right over here, just here in the gardens area. And if it's not there, it's going to be inside the cemetery right around the mausoleum. As soon as you go over here, your screen will go like a grayish greenish tint. Vampires are spawning. You need to kill about 4, 5, 6 of these. Pretty simple, pretty easy, and it'll drop your last tuning fork that we need to go open up Pack-a-Punch. Now before we go open up Pack-a-Punch, we want to make sure we got a good gun and we go put those silver bullets on it, because we need to kill the werewolf that will drop us a specific piece that we need to build the wonder weapon. So make your way through the back of the main hall. You can now see this like smoky cloudy area blocking this gate. As soon as we go through this gate, a werewolf will spawn. All we need to do is take him out with the silver bullets. If you played this map before, you know the drill. Just go ahead and hit him up in his middle section, his mid section. It'll be glowing. Just hit him up with those silver bullets, take him out, and he'll drop your first piece that we need for this wonder weapon. And now we can focus on building it. You can get it out the box, or you can do it by what I'm about to show you right now. The first symbol you need is the yellow symbol that can be found right outside this gate. If it's not right here, it'll be behind these green bushes. Just look around till you see it. The other side is right on the opposite side around this little building wall, and if it's not right here, it'll be through this other gate on the opposite side, and you can see on this wall or to the back wall. Now the red symbol can be found right outside of spawn on this wall here. If it's not, it's in the master bedroom on this wall here. If it's not, it's downstairs in the dining room. You can find it on this wall here, as you see in my game. And if it's not there, it could be inside of wine cellars. Straight back through this window, you can see it sitting on one of these barrels right here. The next is the blue symbol that can be found in the cemetery area through these little cracks right here on the staircase. You can find it just up in here. If it's not there, make your way up the staircase, and on side of this little tombstone at the top roof side, you'll see it right there. If it's not, it's outside of the lion statue on the opposite side you see in my game. And if it's not, run around here to this gravestone and you'll see it right in this corner here. Next is the green symbol that can be found outside of the greenhouse through this gate to your left side just here, as you can see in my game. If it's not, run around to the gazebo. You can find it right inside on this little ledge window right here. If it's not, right to your right side, you can find it behind this gate on this little small building. If it's not here, you can run right to this gate to your right side, and it could be right there on that wall there. Now that we have all the symbols, make your way inside the library, as you can see I'm doing here, and we can find the free safe to the wonder weapon. Enter in that code, interact with it. You can now pick up this wonder weapon, and to the left side you'll find a bookshelf that you can now melee with your ballistic shield, opening up the first piece we need to actually upgrade this wonder weapon. This will be the first upgrade we can make on this wonder weapon, as it will be 2 later on in an Easter egg. So now make your way over to the greenhouse, and underneath the telescope you can find this little little part you can interact to be able to place this part down. You want to wait about 10 or 20 seconds or so, and to the left side the part will come out on the opposite side. Now we can make our way to the crafting table directly behind behind us and build the first upgrade and turn that All-Stars Foley into a Chaos Theory. And now we are ready to actually begin the real steps we need for the Easter egg. So there's 3 challenges we need to start this egg, and you actually have to gaze into the stones to start the actual challenge. I don't know why a lot of guys I see on YouTube don't mention that, but once you look into your 1 stone, you can see this like blue little beam table. Make your way over to the mausoleum. You need to shoot this thing on top of it with silver bullets. Once that's done, make your way to where you spawned in at. You can see the Atlas statue with these little like these switch wheel type things to pop up that you need to interact with. Now the first one we need to interact with is the left one. We need to keep clicking this one until we can see that blue beam turn bright blue. Now once that turns bright blue, we need to go over to the far right one where we can interact with that one until the green beam goes bright green. Once that goes bright green, we need to go to the middle one and interact with the middle one until the red beam goes bright red. Once that's done, go back to the left one that we did at first, and you want to keep clicking that until all beams go bright and the head of the Atlas statue will come off of the statue. It's the same combination every time I do this Easter egg. It's nothing difficult, nothing hard. Just do what I did. Left one first, right one, then middle one, and then do the left one again until you get the quote, and you can see that all the lights glow up and you can see the head of the statue start to come off and fall off of the statue. Very simple, left, right, middle, left. Don't overcomplicate it. I'll drop a more detailed description down below. Now that that's done, you need to find 3 symbols that have now spawned around the map. Each symbol has 3 additional scratch mark locations in the immediate area of that symbol. What you need to do is find the symbol, tally up the scratch marks in the immediate area of that symbol, and match that number to the symbol that you found. For example, if I found the letter M and I found scratch marks around that area that added up to the number 9, I know that my M stands for the number 9. Like I said, it's finna be 3 symbols, and it could be 3 additional scratch mark locations around that particular symbol. I'm gonna run through every single location where these can spawn because it's 7 different areas around the map. Now please be aware, I did say it could be 3 locations the scratch marks can spawn, but you may only find 2 or 1. That just means that your symbol is just a lower number. The first symbol is going to be in the main hall area, and you can find it directly next to the west side of the map, right behind this candle column right here. Your first scratch mark is going to be right behind this wall towards this corner, right just here. If it's not there, or if it is there, there's going to be another spot right over top of this fireplace here. And the last one is next to the grand staircase, right by this statue, directly behind it, right here. Next is down in the wine cellar, and you can find your symbol. It is directly on this bookcase or wine case right here. The first symbol location is going to be to the right side, as you can find right on top of these barrels by this window. The next one is going to be to the left side. Run to your left and you can find it right sitting on these cabinets right here. And lastly, it could be tucked away on this big barrel right in the corner behind this candle here. Now let's check the library area where your symbol can spawn. Right outside of this vase and this broken shelf, as you can see in my game here. The first spawn is going to be right on this white barrel right here. The next one is going to be around the stairs, and like it's right underneath this statue, right underneath this like ledge column on the floor right there. And if it's not there, or if it is there, the last one is going to be wrapped around here on top of this broken windowsill, as you can see here. Now for the billiards room, directly under this table next to the billiards table, you can find your symbol right here. The first scratch location is going to be right in front of you on the side of this wall right here. The next one is going to be over here by this table on the floor, and it could be right underneath this table here. And directly to your right side, you can find your last scratch mark location on this wall or by this cabinet here. Now over to the dining room, which is the location I had in my game. If you make your way over here to this doorway as if you're going to the greenhouse, you can find it in this dark corner right here, as you can see there. Your first scratch mark location is up here on this ceiling, right underneath these symbols here. Your next one is going to be right here on this big dinner table, directly right there, as you can see. And the last one is going to be over here to the opening area side, and it's right over on the rooftop. Just look up and you can find it right there, as you can see. Now we have the area where the Daniel perk is, and to the left side, if you look directly and crouch right under this table, you can see the symbol here. Your first scratch mark location is going to be right on the right side of this perk on this like shield of the statue here. Your next one is going to be over here right behind this wall right here to the bottom side. And the last one is on this wall to the right here. And finally, the last symbol can spawn inside of the master bedroom, inside the trophy room, behind this bookshelf right here in this dark corner, right here on this wall, outside of this barricade. The first scratch mark location can be right on side of this fireplace right here, as you can see. The next one is over here on side of the bedroom, right here on this bookshelf. Be careful, it can get tight, you can get trapped. And the last one is right outside of this window over top of this tub. Now that you have all 3 symbols, if you tally up the number of those 3 symbols, you need to make your way over to the greenhouse area and go up these steps to the telescope, where you can now interact with this little turntable, and you can enter in your signs or your symbols that you got from least to greatest. Once you do that correctly, you'll see the telescope do it like a little moving thing. If you mess this up, don't worry. You can start over at the next round, but the symbols will just respawn in different places. Now interact with this wheel, and you want to just hold X until it stops spinning. Pull out your ballistic shield, and you want to bash it to open the window. You'll know you did this right because the wheel in front of you will break and look like this. Now we need to go down underneath the telescope, and you can find this trap here that you can now interact with. Run through it with your ballistic shield, and you want to run up to the top of this telescope, and you want to bash it as quickly as possible towards the back of the telescope. You'll know you do this right because your screen will go white and you can see the telescope start to shoot up at the full moon. Once this is done, we can go underneath the telescope and we can start a lockdown. Get a little prepared, but nothing too crazy. Maybe just pack a punch, get a few perks, or if you just want to thug it out, you can thug it out. Now it'll be a lot of vampires and wolves that'll spawn, but as you shoot at these vampires, I need you to start using your wonder weapon because these vampires will drop these green bows that you can now pick up. You only need 3 of them, but just make sure you get them because you don't want to end up going through rounds outside of this lockdown. It's just very easy to pick them up in here. I always get them from doing this lockdown. Once that's done, take out the wolves that you get, and you want to interact with the stone again. It's going to grant you with a max ammo, and now you have completed the first challenge of the Easter egg. We only have 2 more. But before we continue with the last 2 lockdowns, we need to make our way over to the cemetery area where we can now interact with this glowing tombstone. A red devil will come out. Just shoot the ground before the red devil comes out and just spam him when it comes out. A couple vampires will also spawn, but just take them out, and now you can pick up this first piece we need to upgrade the wonder weapon. The next one is up the stairs outside the mausoleum. You'll see these lanterns glowing right around the staircase. They'll grow like a bright reddish orange tint. You need to take those out. It'll be about 4 of them. Once you take out all 4 of them, a red devil will spawn out. You can just shoot him, spam him once again. If you mess this up, I think you just gotta wait till the next round, but it's pretty easy. Just go ahead and take them out. You'll tell the difference between the lanterns because the one you need to shoot is like glowing and the other ones are pretty still and don't flicker. Now for the last part, make your way over to the forest area. You can find these mushroom piles that glow on the floor. There'll be 3 of them, one in the middle, one to the right side, and one to the left side. Matter of fact, I don't think it's one to the left side. It's one in the middle, one in the front, and one to the right. As you can see, there's one right here to the right side. All you need to do is shoot a zombie, like shoot directly on the zombie. Don't shoot the pile, and the zombie will start digging and reveal your third final part. Looking down the middle at Pack-a-Punch and walking straight up, you can find your last pile right here. Like I said, to the right, down, and to the front. Make your way back to the greenhouse where we can now enter in the red devil drops. You need to do the same thing that we did the first time we upgraded this wonder weapon. Put them in, wait the 20 seconds for each part, pick them up, and now we can go to the back crafting table where we can now craft the god of all wonder weapons, Alistar's Annihilator. Now maybe it ain't no god, bruh, but this bit right here, put in pain. Now it's time to move on to the second step in the second lockdown. As I said before, make sure y'all interact with the stones to actually start these challenges, but you can do them in any order. So the one that I'm showing you right now is the one in the cemetery area. Once you see these sticks, you want to run over to the cemetery area, and these trees will now start falling leaves. You need to shoot them with the upgraded wonder weapon and pick up the sticks that they drop. The first one is right here. The next one is right here in front of you, right outside the mausoleum. If you run straight ahead, the third one is going to be directly behind the mausoleum, as you can see here. Shoot that, pick up the stick. The fourth one is going to be straight ahead of you. Keep running down these stairs. You'll see leaves start to fall, and then you want to run to your right side as if you're going back inside of the main building, and you'll see this tree right outside that you can now shoot the tree, pick up the stick, and now you can make your way back out front of the mausoleum where you can see these sticks have now formed. You need to look for your specific character's grave site right outside in this immediate area. Look for your gravestone, and when you find it, you can now interact with it, and you will basically become dead. You'll get this greenish dark tint on your screen, and now it's time to send that ass to hell. So grab that wonder weapon and keep spamming the floor until you get the fire one. Once you do this, the sticks will form this like little stand, and you just want to get on it, interact with it, and it'll basically send that ass to hell. Now, once your ass is in hell, you need to run back inside the main building. You need to look inside of windows to try to find the ghost. Now, I know a lot of people have a hard time with this step. Just keep looking around all the windows for the ghost, but one of the main areas where I find the ghost is inside the Daniel Perk room, inside the entrance hall. If you just walk up to the Perk, she'll come right out of it. And another one is inside the wine cellar. As you can see to this window to the right side, you'll see she just starts to come out of there. I don't know exactly where she always spawns at. I don't know why this is so hard, but this is basically just like the first Pack-a-Punch step we did. Once you find her, just keep following her, follow her through all the walls and whatnot, and she will go back into the graveyard and her ass gonna burn up. She'll drop the second lockdown stone that we can now interact with. It'll take us out of that dead state. And before you do this, though, I would recommend you get a Spitfire and pack a punch it, because that thing right there put in pain, man. When it comes to that Spitfire, it's inside of the study room. Just go pack a punch it a few times. It takes the wolves out like easy peasy, bro. So just go ahead, use that Scepter or Raw, because it comes in clutch, like I said, or use your chakras. Take out them werewolves, interact with the stone, and get that max ammo. We have just finished the second lockdown. Now for the third and final lockdown, we need to find something called a fire core. These can be found anywhere around the map. I'll just show you a couple places where I end up finding them, but I mean, by this point you should probably have already found one if you just been exploring. But if not, here's just a few locations where I found them. As you can see, just around areas like benches, like walls. Literally, it could be on the floor, in the trophy room, master bedroom, main hall, dining room, greenhouse area. Just look on chairs, look on the floor. Definitely look in the cemetery area, graveyard area, the greenhouse area. It could be on tables, on the floor, just anywhere, like gardens area. Just keep searching around the map. You're gonna find one, bro. They're literally everywhere and can spawn random every game. But hopefully you have found one from the areas I've showed you, or just exploring. You want to make your way inside the library area where you can find this fire trap right here. You want to put that fire core in there, start it up, shoot it with the upgraded wonder weapon. It'll turn blue. Run through it with your shield, and you want to make your way upstairs into the smoking room right outside of the billiards room. You want to go ahead and melee that fireplace, make it turn blue. Run downstairs to the right side of the fire trap, to the left side of the fire trap, and then back up into the billiards room for the last fireplace. And this will now spawn your first gem that you need to pick up. Now we need to basically rinse and repeat this another 2 times. So go back to the trap, start it, shoot it with your wonder weapon, run through it with the shield, go inside the main hall, and you can melee this fireplace right here. Go up the steps to the east gallery, go back down to the opposite side inside the main hall, and go up the stairs to the west gallery. And now this will spawn your second gem that you need. Don't worry about time. As long as you have stamina up, there should be plenty of time. So just do this one more time. And now you want to run up to the master bedroom inside the trophy room, melee that fireplace, go inside the master bedroom, melee that fireplace, go outside and to the left. You want to walk into the music room, melee that fireplace, and run directly downstairs underneath the music room. And you want to melee the dining room fireplace. And now this will spawn your third and final stone. Once we have all 3 stones, we need to take them to 3 different knight statues. You can do them in any order, but the first one is going to be outside of the gardens area. Walk up to it, place that stone inside that knight's hand. It's going to break and it's going to start following you. You need to walk past it and make sure you keep walking. Do not run, or these can disappear or just be left behind. The next one is literally inside, right outside of the main hall to the right side, and the last one is going to be over into the cemetery area. As soon as you come around the corner up the steps, it's going to be right there to your right. Now we need to walk all 3 stones back to the forest area, where we will now see glowing spots on the ground. One is going to be to the left side, one is to the right side, and one is in the middle side. They are pink, blue, and green. You literally can't miss them. It's close. I think it's a little bit like in the middle, not too close to pack a punch, but just walk over them. Sometimes the stones will float to them on their own, but just, just walk over in the immediate area, and these blue knights will now spawn in. You need to get zombie kills over. It'll be about 7 to 8 zombie kills for the first time, but then they're going to continue to move closer to pack a punch, and each time they move closer it's a little bit less kills. So I think maybe the first time is 7 or 8 souls, and the next one maybe like 5 or 6, but whatever. Just get your kills in front of these knights. They'll move closer to pack a punch. They'll form like this triangle with this electric coming out. Of a wolf will automatically spawn in. You don't have to worry about that, and you just need to kill this wolf inside of this triangle so he can go away, die, and spawn the last stone we need to start the final lockdown. Now this lockdown can be pretty brutal, I ain't gonna lie, if you don't know what you're doing or if this is your first time. So just make sure you set up nicely. It's like literally all elemental zombies, and the electric ones are annoying as hell. The fire ones can blow up, but just do your thing, man. Make sure you got some homunculus to make it a little bit more easier, maybe the helium salvo, but just make sure you got that Spitfire with them silver bullets, and it's triple packed, and it'll take them wolves out nice and easy. Once that's done, we can interact with that, grab that max ammo, and we ready for the boss fight, but not quite yet. This step is optional, so if you're ready to go to the boss fight, go ahead. But if not, come next to this wall by, you'll find this tree with this like light on it, this lamp, and you can find these 4 symbols scratched into these trees from left to right. You need to read these symbols and remember what they are. Now make your way over to the greenhouse area where you can find these stones that you can now shoot. The first symbol is right here on this gazebo. The next one is right here next to this wall by. Another one is behind the perk, like next to this gate in the back, and another one is right here on this ledge. Shoot them in the correct order you've seen on the trees. Do not mess this up. You won't be able to do it again. Run back to the forest, buy this Bowie knife, and there will be a tree behind the original tree that had the lamp on it that have the symbols carved into them. You need to like knife these with the Bowie knife, and you'll know you're doing it right if you do it in the correct order, because a scratch will go through them. Once you have knifed them in the correct order, you want to pull out your ballistic shield, and now you want to like shield bash these in also the correct order. And after about 1 or 2, you'll hear this branch fall. It could be a little finicky, so just keep hitting the tree till the branch end up falling. But once it does, just pick that up, run back outside the mausoleum, and you can now sit this branch right here on this like ritual table. What we need to do now is literally just camp with the wonder weapon on top of these steps, and we need to get about 15 vampire souls. You'll know it's done because the branch will be like glowing and like smoking a bit. Now you could just grab that, head over to the right side where you'll find this last and final crafting table. You can go ahead and build this stake. This is like an extra advantage for the boss fight. It's pretty good. It puts in pretty work, but not where you see me at because I'm kind of high round. But if you do this Easter egg a little bit like closer to the early rounds, it's like a easy peasy boss fight, like literally. Now get set up, grab the homunculus, grab them perks, grab that spitfire, them silver bullets, because we is not coming back. As soon as we get inside this boss fight, you'll see these like statues on the sides that you'll see glowing, like this white like beam, and you'll see this green square in the middle. What you need to do is interact with these statues on the sides, and you need to line them up with this green square. Once that's done, you need to run inside of it, and the invisible wolf will come into the circle. You need to go ahead and knife it with your stake or pull out that spitfire and just spray and pray him. If you have the scepter raw, it'll make this very much easier so the zombies don't attack you while you are shooting at the wolf. But yeah, that's pretty much it. He'll go away, and it'll start like the second phase of the boss fight. Now this boss fight is hella easy, bro. The second wave is just getting kills. I ain't gonna lie, bro, this is one of the simplest boss fights ever. Like if you made it this far, you pretty much beat the Easter egg. I ain't gonna lie. If you messed up here, maybe stop playing zombies. Nah, I'm just playing. But anyways, nah, this is really easy. It's going to be like 2 like regular wolves that spawn in along with the zombies. Just take them out, and you're going to go back into the same phase that you did the first time. But this time you won't be able to see the green square on the floor. So just keep moving around. Just keep playing around. The main thing to beat this Easter egg is keep moving, bro. Like if you keep moving, you will not die. I guarantee you. So just keep moving. Interact with these until you find the green square. Once you found it, go back into the middle. Go ahead, put some shots on the floor. Throw a homunculus. Shoot this wolf up. Knife him with that spitfire. Just let all hell on him. If you mess it up, you might have to do it one more time, but don't worry because the wolf stays weak. So it's not like if you do it again, he's gonna be like even stronger. Whatever work you put in him to the beginning, he's gonna still be like that amount of health, so it'll be even easier the next time. And yeah, you just beat Dead of the Night in 2024, man. If you did it before, man, congratulations. If you never did it, catch up, Lil Wig on Mustard. It's been your boy Steez, man. It's been Cray, man. Drop me a like and subscribe. I put a lot of work into this, and man, you feel me? Blackout 6 2024, we on the way.